What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, let's talk Errol Spence for a few minutes. IBF welterweight champion. Some people are very, very high on Errol Spence. I think too high. I think he's very, very good. I think he's looked formidable so far at 147. And to be honest, apart from Terence Crawford, I think he probably runs through everyone at 147. Even for Terence Crawford, it's not going to be easy, right? That's going to be a tough fight for Terence Crawford. I think it's one he can win, but it won't be easy at all because Errol Spence looks strong, looks big, everything, right? Some people even have Errol Spence as high as, I've seen something crazy, like number 5 or number 6 when it comes to pound for pound rankings. Now, look, I don't know anymore what pound for pound rankings actually mean, but whatever they mean, you can't have Errol Spence as number 5 or 6. I mean, does he scrape the top 10? Maybe. But 5 or 6 is crazy. It really is crazy. I mean, why? What? Because of Kell Brook coming down from 160? In fact, forget that. Kell Brook, Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia. That's why we have Errol Spence as number 5 or 6. Again, I think it's too high. Not dismissing his talents. He's very, very good. But number 5 or 6, I think, is a bit disrespectful to other boxers that maybe don't get a mention that are doing amazing things, especially guys in the lower weight classes. Anyway, this isn't what the video is about. Errol Spence done, I think, an Instagram live video a couple of days ago, pretty much calling out Canelo, saying that he would, I don't know, call Oscar De La Hoya's bluff by fighting, and I think he said beating Canelo. I think he did use the word beating. Errol Spence ain't beating no Canelo. No sirree. I did a video about 5 or 6 months ago, and I said potentially that could be a super fight in a couple of years. Both are still young, and in my head I was thinking Errol Spence wouldn't stay at 147 for long because he's too big, and if he goes up to 154 and if he wins a title, and it's a big if because there are some very good guys at 154, then you never know, we could have a super fight between a guy that's got a title at 154, and if Canelo does stick around at 160, then we've seen these kind of matchups happen in the past, so potentially that could be a super fight for 2 years' time. Now, Errol Spence would get smoked by Canelo. Smoked. Like, stopped. Like, being very, very serious here. This isn't me trying to clown Errol Spence. Again, I think Errol Spence is a very, very good fighter. But I think that people don't understand how good and how strong a fighter Canelo is. I'm not Canelo's biggest fan because of this issue he had with VADA last year, but mark my words when I say this guy is a bit special. He's a bit special. I thought Golovkin would run through him like a hot knife through butter, and this motherfucker decided to stay in the pocket with Golovkin, one of the most feared punchers of this era, and he did not budge. He ate Golovkin's punches like Pac-Man. Just ate them. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing Errol Spence fans say things like, yeah, but if Errol Spence catches him clean. Catches who clean? I have seen Gennady Golovkin hit this man clean on the chin and this man not move. I have seen big Danny Jacobs, who will now campaign at 168, hit this man clean and this man went. And you think Errol Spence, who couldn't get rid of Mikey Garcia, is going to somehow put a dent in Canelo? You must be crazy. You must be crazy, or you've only started watching boxing in the last year. Errol Spence is big for 147, granted. Check him up to 154 and see how big he is. Put him next to Jarrett Hurd, see how big he is then. Put him next to J-Rock, see how big he is then. Put him next to Charlo and see how big he is then. People do not get carried away. I mean, stop it, please, stop it. Even Errol Spence, chill, young lion, chill. You're doing good things at 147. Not even great things, but good things. Let's chill before you try and call out the big dog. And look, I'm not a Canelo fan, but he is the big dog right now at 160. Again, not his biggest fan, but I'm telling you now, if Canelo and Spence were to get in a ring right now, Canelo would smoke him with a capital S. You need to be a boxer supreme to get through Canelo. I mean, you need to be Mayweather supreme, or maybe even a Lara when Lara was Lara supreme. Errol Spence ain't that. Errol Spence is very good, but he's not Mayweather or a Lara supreme. You've got to be very, very good because Canelo right now, for me, is almost looking unbeatable. You know how unbeatable Canelo's looking? When that Canelo-Kovalev talk started, Who do you think people were favouring in that fight? Canelo. Now look, I know Kovalev might be a couple of years past his prime, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And you think a 147 guy is going to come and do damage to that? I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You've got to be, I think right now, at this stage of where Canelo is right now, you've got to be a bit special. You have to be a bit special. I mean, Golovkin couldn't put a dent in this kid. Couldn't. Danny Jacobs couldn't put a dent in this kid. And all of a sudden people think Errol Spence, who couldn't get rid of Mikey Garcia, is going to put damage to Canelo. I mean, I'm sorry, no chance. I'm out of here. Peace.